glory. What I learned in boating/graduate school. Nick. So this is going to be an overview of some of the lessons that I learned through working with various groups and organizations and doing different activities. But the most important thing that I learned in graduate school is the graduate work, which is we are not in Kansas anymore. We are not undergrads, and the stuff we used to do will not fly. Procrastination won't cut it. Reading is no longer an option, and neither is attending class. We all used to do little things, cut corners here and there, but that doesn't fly anymore. You have to be prepared to step up. Office of Student Involvement is where all the magic happens. It's where I spend a lot of my time. It is my fellowship, and I love working in an involvement office. The programs, the students, all the events that we do, the event prep has been awesome. Working with people like Laurel, that's always good, but you have to deal with stuff like contracts and paperwork, which contracts, check requests, and bears, oh my. Administrative tasks were kind of a problem for me starting off. I had to get the hang of working with events from beginning to end. Doing the paperwork, I started developing a pending folder for myself, and I learned that I needed to write absolutely everything down. That was a big thing for me. The people who helped me do that, like Laurel, are my coworkers. Allie and Rose, they sort of run the office. Alyssa and Dan also helped out throughout the year, and Carrie, our office coordinator, is not pictured by choice because she said if she put the picture into the presentation that I would be killed, which is nice. So we work together with other offices as well, Allison Gill, Donna, Kathy V, Matt, Father Keith. They handle things like orientation, rec sports. That was a big lesson for me, was learning to work with other programs and other offices and to collaborate and know that it's not just about yourself and the students that you're working with, but it's about other offices as well. Working with the students before getting into this program, I was thinking, how hard can it be? I was a student once. I was pretty fun to work with, I think. There was a lot of optimism, enthusiasm, and I thought that I had a lot of great ideas coming from my undergrad career and the school that I was interning at previously, which was my undergrad at Suffolk. I stepped into Leadership Institute. This is Lauren Foster. She's one of the students that helped work it with me. We start with the board breaking, which is a confidence building session. I helped to develop all the sessions. I had never done anything like this before, so it was really cool to use my leadership strategies and all that to sort of build that. Augie's Advisory. This was a new programming venue for me. I had never had a pub on campus to program at, so this was also a very new thing for me to learn. Pubs are very different than other programming. You have to be creative with the events, and you also have to be more flexible. Usually late night programming and alcohol tends to be involved. Speaking of alcohol, Teeks and Greek Life. So Teeks started out as 6 members. There were 5 seniors, and now after a great recruitment, they are at 23. Proud of them. Worked with Panhellenic Council, which is Zeta and Theta Phi Alpha, and they put together an excellent Greek week. Also worked with the programming board, which was a very challenging group and gave me a lot of stress over this last semester. I learned to advise a difficult group, one that already had a dynamic and an experienced e-board. I had to juggle personalities while planning these campus-wide events, and most of them are rather large-scale events. So this is working with students afterwards. The expectation that students are like you, that kind of faded away. There's a reason why most of us are going into higher ed. It's because we were the ones that took the initiatives. You build your own experiences with each and every student, and you come to find out that they're awesome working with them individually. So back to the grad work. Winter and spring break used to be times when you could kind of, relax and catch up on things. Not anymore. I learned that in the future, there are no breaks, especially in a higher ed fellowship. You need to be working on all things coming up in the future, like Capstone. So there's planning, research, implementation, coding, writing, rewriting, presenting. It's a big accomplishment when it's all done. Obviously, I haven't finished it yet, but it's getting there. I feel good about it. You should feel good about it. And another big thing that I've been working on that I'm pretty confident about, other than the Capstone, is the concert. It's a big learning experience for me. I finally realized how many steps go into planning a large-scale event like this. The setup, what it takes to work with these companies coming in to do the lights and production, the tickets, contacting radio stations, bands, contracts and riders for the groups, all that kind of stuff. Another thing that was huge for me was professional development. Attending NASPA was big. Networking, understanding the landscape of how kind of higher ed operates and stuff like that, seeing old friends, and aspiring to be people that I met there, and learning through every opportunity that I could at NASPA. Now I'm in the job search prep. I'm trying to develop my resume, develop cover letters, rewrite cover letters to fit the jobs that I'm going for, and also recommendations, which is kind of awkward after this full year of being somewhere else. You kind of have to find your niche and reach back and be like, hey, remember me when I was an undergrad and did other stuff? We are in the midst of March Madness. I call it March Madness because you've got all these things: job search, capstone, work, school, professional development, this presentation, sleeping, breathing, and they're all weighing on us all at the same time. And the most important thing that we're all looking to do within March Madness is find a job. I have confidence that we're all going to make it. It's one of those confidence things that I hope we're all going to get there, but you must prepare. The journey is part of this experience, so part of the thing I've learned is that people are here to help and you can kind of make it through this, but that to just take it as it comes. So hopefully it'll lead to the moment we've all been waiting for, and some of us are still waiting for, the promise of a job after graduation. Cheers. Hopefully we'll get there at some point. And all of the stuff that we've learned over this past year will be put into action, and we'll be great student affairs professionals. The end.